Yo guys, welcome back to the championship rounds, and there has been some exciting news coming out of the UFC. UFC 279 is Khamzat Chimaev versus Nate Diaz. The card at the moment is looking quite barren, but there has been an exciting fight added. So we have the return of Al Kakui, but this time he's moving up to 170 pounds to face Li Jingliang. So I think this is going to be a really exciting fight. Both guys are wicked on the feet. Li Jingliang comes to fight. He's coming off a win, a TKO win in his last fight. Obviously, Tony has fought some absolute killers at lightweight, and I think he's kind of realising the picture at the top of that division. Like, 55 is a stacked division, and at the moment, I just can't see Tony really pushing for the top 5 of that division or getting a title run again. I think it's a smart move for him to move up to 170. The only issue is once he gets further up in the rankings, there is a lot of wrestlers. But for the time being, I think it's a very exciting fight that the UFC have made. It's also a bit strange that obviously a lot of fans wanted to see Tony Ferguson versus Nate Diaz, and he's going to end up on Nate Diaz's card when Nate's fighting Khamzat. But nonetheless, this fight should be very exciting. So we'll go through a couple of things just in terms of who their last opponents have been, what we can expect from the fight, and what it kind of means for Tony moving up to the welterweight division. So in terms of Tony's last 4 fights, he's fought Justin Gaethje, that was that one in COVID. Then he fought Charles Oliveira, who's the current champion. Well, strip champion, but he, in the hearts of the fans, he's the champion. Beneil Dariush, who's literally will be a #1 contender if he wins his next fight. And Michael Chandler, who has fought for the bout since. Well, fought for the bout prior, not since. So, for Tony, it's been a tough one. I think after the Beneil Dariush fight, a lot of people kind of writing Tony off, saying that maybe he should look towards retiring. He doesn't look that great anymore. But people also forget that he's literally fought killers. He's fought killers up until that point. He's fought guys that can grapple, which isn't Tony's strongest suit really. He said that he's obviously lacked a lot of sparring, lacked that jiu-jitsu. So in terms of his ground game, he hasn't really had much chance to work on it since COVID. Coming into the last fight against Michael Chandler, I thought he looked very good in that first round. He dropped Michael Chandler, and then unfortunately we get that front kick that, it was kind of sad to see as a Tony Ferguson fan, but it is what it is. I think that kick would have probably knocked out a horse, let's be honest. So the only thing that is a bit strange for me, I guess that front kick happened in May, and he's fighting in September. Is that enough time for him to recover? Other than that kick, he took little to no damage in that fight, really. He was the one that was sticking it on Michael Chandler. So hopefully he's recovered. Hopefully he's rested up. Hopefully he's injury free coming into this fight, because Li Jingliang is going to bring a fight. That's one thing that's guaranteed, and I think that's why the UFC have chose this fight, because they know that it's going to stay standing up, and that's the most exciting when Tony's throwing those elbows, throwing his kicks, the pressure's just going to be crazy. It's literally going to be like a pressure cooker in that octagon on the night, because all Li Jingliang's going to want to do is walk forward, and Tony's not known for taking a backward step either. So it's going to be a very exciting fight. I'm truly looking forward to that fight. And yeah, I think it's good that they've matched him up with Li Jingliang. He's ranked 14th in the welterweight division. Tony was ranked 11th in the lightweight division. So it's kind of like a gatekeeper match. Like, let's see if you can move up. Let's see if you can deal with the power, the strength of an actual 170 pounder. And we can go from there. If I just go on the UFC rankings, there's a lot of exciting matchups in that division. Going forward, the Jorge Masvidal, he's there. He's not booked up with Gilbert Burns. That came out to be like a false thing. He said that's not been confirmed. That would be a massive fight, Jesus. Tony Ferguson versus Jorge Masvidal. Kind of see that going like a bit like Nate and Masvidal though. But yeah, two massive names. You've got Stephen Thompson, who is now booked up against Rakhmonov. So Shavkat will be fighting him. So maybe if Thompson loses that fight, that's a very interesting striking battle there as well against Thompson. But obviously, as you go higher up into that division, then you do get the wrestlers who I think would cause Tony a lot of problems. So I think Tony kind of knows he's coming towards the end of his career. He wants to kind of change it, or maybe doesn't want to do the cuts anymore because he can't be asked doing them. But I think there's really good fights for him at 170. So I'm excited to see how he performs at 170 without the cut. And I can only see it benefiting his chin, if anything. So I think he will be able to take a punch, but Jingliang does hit hard. I'll probably give you my prediction closer to the time, once we've seen a little bit more coming out from either side. But I just wanted to jump on here and say I'm very excited to see Tony Ferguson in high spirits, obviously wanting to come back. He's done a lot of media since his last fight. And it's nice to see a legend still wanting to carry on. And hopefully it's a good fight and it shows off Tony in the kind of form that we knew of him going into the Justin Gaethje fight. That's all from me though. If you've liked this video, you know what to do. Drop it a like, hit the subscribe button, and follow the channel for more UFC updates, more boxing updates, and more of that YouTube stuff as well if you're into it. But yeah, that's been me, Championship Rounds, and we're out.